So, very good morning to all. In unit number 3, the second topic which we are going to discuss today is modeling of ELDC. So, EDLC is nothing but Embedded System Development Life Cycle. So, you got an idea, and that idea has to be brought to product, and that has to be sold to the consumer, and then consumer has to use, and they have to get satisfied. So, that is the process. So that is called embedded development life cycle. So how you are going to do this, whether you are going to sit and see whether that need is required or not. I think we may think of developing a product, but that product is not at all needed by the consumer, not to the level what you have thought. It might be needed, but the need is not so required by all the people. See, if you develop an embedded product, then the embedded product should be used by all of them. If some community alone use that and rest is not using, then it is also a waste. So all that thing we have seen, that you will identify the need. Then when you identify, the second step what we have told is conceptualization, and all that will be put in a paper. What and all you think, you will write it in a paper. So how and all you can do, all that you will do. So that is the steps. Now we are seeing that how we are going to follow these steps, that we call it as modeling of ELDC. So the first one is water flow model. In water flow model, it is like how the water is flowing. Water will flow from higher potential to lower potential, from dams, or you can even see from very high water will flow, and there is no chance for water to reverse flow. Water from the ground level will not climb and reach the top. So same way, each and every step you are going to proceed, and you will not go back to the previous step. That is the essence of water flow. In water flow, you will sit and analysis need, you finalize that this need is there, then you go for the next step. Once you have moved to the next step, you will not go back to the previous step. That is called water flow model, like how water is flowing from one top. So linear or water flow model is one adopted in most of the olden systems. So nowadays we doesn't go, because at starting you might have had an idea and you have proceeded, and the final product will not satisfy all the needs, because you are not supposed to go and check back. So checking back is not at all possible. So you are going in a procedure, so final product may deviate more from what you might have expected. So that is called this water flow, and this was very old method. Okay, in this approach, each phase of EDLC is executed in a sequence. That is what I am saying, it is in sequence, one by one. So after completing the first stage, you will go to the second stage. After completing the second stage, you will go to third stage, and you will not come back. It establish analysis and design with highly structured development phase. So the person which you are using for analysis and design should have a very good knowledge. He should be sound in making an embedded system, otherwise there will be a problem. If he goes for any trial and error, again in this method you cannot come back. So once you have tried something, then you have to wait till the product is released, and then it may be good or it may fail. Okay, so the execution flow is unidirectional. That is why the name is called water flow. Water will flow from only one higher potential to lower potential, and backside flow is not at all possible. The output of one phase CVS the input of the next, so serves as an input for, so output from one phase will be given as an input. So there is nothing like checking back. All activities involved in each phase are well planned, so that they should not be done in the next phase, and now it can be done. The feedback of each phase is available only after they are executed, which means completion of the entire project, are making the end product. It implements extension review system to ensure the process flow is going on the right direction. One significant feature of this model is that even if you identify a bug in the current design, the development process proceeded with that design. So you one stage you have decided the circuit board, and then it is gone for the next stage. Then at that stage, if you identify that there is a bug also, that cannot be modified. So because it has been passed to the next stage, and the next stage will go for production, and after production, if it is very huge level bug, then it is a loss for us. So the fix for bug are postponed till the support phase. So support phase is nothing but developing the product, giving to the consumer, and the consumer reply, that is called support phase. So advantage, product development is rich in terms of document, easy project management, good control over the cost and schedule. So since you are not coming back, you are not going to repeatedly do any process, so time consumed is less. I will sit and write the need, I will go to the next step, I will not come back to need again. So not much time is being used. That is why they say the cost and schedule. But all the project will not leads to a good product by going from this method. Then easy project management, there is nothing like cross checking, there is not like a group of people who go and monitor a particular people, no such thing is there. Documentation is nothing but each and every stage I will document, so you will get a huge volume of document here. There are many drawbacks in this method. It assumes all the analysis can be done without going any design or implementation. Risk analysis is performed only once, because each and every stage separately done after a sequence. So once you will do risk analysis and pass it to the next stage, then you cannot go for risk analysis. So final product may be enter into some problem. Working product is available only at the end of the development phase. So I will complete it and I will give it to the customer. Till the customer I will go in a sequence. So I myself, I am not repeatedly checking. So checking is done once and finally product will come, then only you will have bugs. So bug fix and corrections are performed only at the maintenance and support phase of the line. So this is a problem. So method, so first I will sit and create all documents needed for need. So statement of need. So I will set if this product is been developed, where and all it can be used, how this can be used, or where and all you can give this product and you can automate. Then you will move on to conceptualization. Conceptualization is sitting and imagining how this can be brought to the real world. Okay, then analysis. So I will go for gathering so many things, I will sit and do analysis. Once analysis is over, analysis state, see for example, if I will give an example of the biogas plant where I need a sensor to sense the gas. So in analysis what I will do, I will go and sit and see the various sensors available in the market, and I will try to do analysis which sensor is good. That is called analysis. In design, I will sit and think of the sensor, how to connect it, how to make it as a circuit. That will come under design. So once this design is over, you will go for development and testing. So you will make it as a circuit board, test it. Once this testing is done, you will give to deployment, that is you will sell. See, I am not cross checking anywhere. Once the product is ready, I am going for selling. Then the customer will tell about all the positive and negative. If positive is more, then no problem. If negative is more, the product is waste. Okay, then upgrade. If the problem is small, then I will just go for upgradation and I will make it as a good product. Otherwise it is a difficult. Then comes retirement. Retirement is nothing but the total replacement of this by making new idea. New idea is new conceptualization. See, in some years back you don't have IoT, so you might have used the same biogas plant with a display, just showing a display in front of the tank or display in kitchen. But nowadays that can be even monitored from a remote place. For example, I have a big kitchen in Adayar or Ambattur, like where industrial estate like Ambattur. I can sit in anywhere or part of Chennai and monitor. So all that is there with the latest development of IoT. So retirement is this entire idea will be moved to IoT based product. So you will go for some more new methods. Next one is iterative or incremental or fountain model. It is like pumping water up then making down. So you might have seen fountains. What the fountain do, you will have a motor at the bottom, you will pump the water upward, then the water will go to some height and then it comes back and again fall on the same well. again you will pump it. So it is like a water flow model. So sorry, it is like a fountain model. So now what I am going to do is some process I am going to put in a loop. So repeatedly I will do the task, then I will get a product which is pakka, then only it will be given to the customer. So that is what iteration, but it takes some time. There is something in embedded system is I may got an idea, and if I take more than 3 years or 4 years to make that, some other fellow will make the product and sell. So there is a situation like that. I cannot go on sit and think because it in this world day by day there are some development is taking place. So your idea should be brought as early as to the customer. So there are some disadvantage in this method. So iteration and increment development is an art of cycle software development process developed in response to the weakness of the waterfall. So what is the weakness in waterfall is been overcome here. Weakness of waterfall, you will not go back, water will flow from higher potential. So one after one phase you will go, whereas here some phases are put it in a loop. So it is like a fountain. You pump the water to up and then again it will fall down, then again pump the water. So some part of the phase you are going to repeat. So that is what this iteration model is, a repetitive process in which waterfall model is repeated over and over to correct the ambiguous observed in each iteration. So that is called as iteration. So here you can see, so I will start from need. Need will not change. I think you can understand now. Need will not change. Need is I am going to automate a biogas plant. So that will not change. Only the way in which I am going to do will change. So need and conceptualization. Conceptualization is what and all I want in that biogas plant. I will sit and write. It's like a display near the tank, display in the kitchen, then based upon IoT get the information and transmit through net. In remote place the data is required, then what and all required, what it display should say about current pressure, display should show that for how much duration of time the gas will be supplied. So all that is nothing but conceptualization. So till this it is only theory, any person with the normal brain can do. Then comes to analysis, design, development and deployment. It is totally technical person who knows about all type of sensors and all such things. So that is been brought into a loop. So you can see I will go for first I will design one analysis and I will go for design. I will try to make the product and I try to give it to testing center. Testing center is not people. Here we will have your own testing people, and then we will find the fault. We will sit and decide what that faults. See, I might have used a sensor and that sensor is not working as my requirement. Then again I will go for analysis. In analysis I will go and sit and collect what are the various types of sensors available. Again from that particular sensor, one sensor will be selected and that one sensor will be given to design, because each and every sensor will change, because a sensor will have a 4 pin, a sensor will have a 8 pin, a sensor may be 8 bit, a sensor may be 16 bit or 32 bit. So here if I use any analog to digital in first stage, if the process is developed and if it is not so accurate, then what we will do, we will go from 8 bit to 16 bit or 16 bit to 32 bit or 32 bit to 64 bit. So that comes in design. Deployment and testing is making a circuit board, fabricating and then testing. Again, if it is satisfactory, till satisfactory I will go on in this loop and then come out with the complete product that will be given to the consumer. So that is called iteration method. Okay. So the core set of function of each group is identified in the first cycle and then built, deployed and release. This release is called as first release. Bug fix and modification for the first release is carried out. So in iteration method we will even give the product to some part of the customer and try to check it. Okay, and we will call it as a first release. Then bugs modify the first cycle carried out in the second cycle. The process is repeated until all functionalities are implemented meeting the requirement. Advantage: good development cycle feedback at each function bar features implementation. data can be used as a reference for similar product. If one IC, one sensor I'm bringing and I'm trying to do it in my project, and then I identify there is some issues, or identifying that is so good, then it will help for me in the next project. So that is what they say, because I am at one time itself I am not judging by a single sensor, since it is going in loop. 3 or 4 types of sensors will be identified. So among that I will identify that for this project the sensor is not so good, but if you do with some other project where you require that, then it will be more useful. You will identify, and like such things I will come to gather more knowledge. So that is what they say. More responsive to the change in needs, provides working product model with least minimum features, minimized risk. So risk minimization is there, because I am going in a loop and coming out with a sorry for interruption. So that is what with this advantage. Then disadvantage, extensive review requirement in each cycle. So you employ to very high professional people, and they sit and go on do review. You have to pay them, so that is required here. Impact on operation due to new release, training requirement for each and new development, structural and well documented inference definition across model to accommodate changes. If you employ brainy, then more ideas will be there, and if that more idea is coming, product will not come out, because you will go on change your thing, and you will go on repeatedly changing. It takes more time, and finally products gets delayed. So that is what they mean to say. Next come prototyping model. It is similar to iterative model, and the prototype is developed in multi cycles. The only difference is that in prototype model procedure, a refined prototype product at the end of each cycle instead of functionality features. So there they check with respect to functionality, but here they develop the product. So at each and every time I will develop the product and I will sell it. So and sell it, and I will just not leave it at once. After selling, what I have done in water flow, here I will sell it and I will sit and do refining, sell it, refining. So I will get the income at over a period of time. Simultaneously I am refining my work. So that is called prototyping model. So my income will be there from one side, and I will sit and do research, because I have made it as to sell. Simultaneously I am itself sitting and doing. So only from the consumer feedback will not be get, feedback from our own employee. So the both feedbacks will be useful, and we will try to do. So the deployer refines the product according to the customer expectation and repeat the prototype development process. After finite number of iteration, the final product is delivered to the customer and the launch in the market operational environment. In this approach, the product undergoes significant evolution as a result of periodic shuttling of the product information between the customer and the developer. The prototyping model follows the approach: requirement definition, prototype development, prototype evaluation, requirement refining. So you have to understand, here I am making a product and selling. Simultaneously I will do refine as well as from the customer. So this is what requirement definition, prototype development, prototype evaluation, requirement refining. So requirement refining from both the side, both from the customer, both from the internal developers. So that is what that prototyping model is. Then comes your last type of model, which is called a spiral model. The spiral model is developed in 1988. Okay, the product development starts with the project definition and transfer through all phases of ELDC. So the product development starts with the project definition. So from the need itself, now I am going to put in a cycle. Okay, I will tell what is the difference. There is one difference here. The activities involved are: determine the objective, alternative, constraints, evaluate alternative, identify, revolves, risk call, development and test. Here from the need itself we will go for circulation, and there is one difference is you can see here. So let us start from requirement. Now the time I am taking for sitting and checking my requirement is less in the first cycle. then I see 3 months I will spend, then 3 months on analysis, 3 months on design, 3 months on implementation. Now 4 months on requirement, 4 months on analysis, 4 months on design, 4 months on implementation, again 5 months of requirement, 5 months of analysis, 5. So what is happening here? So time, initially time required is less, then time is extended. So initially I will sit and do one full circle and I will make it ready, then go and sit. So where I will go for spiral is, I got a very new idea that is not at all been done by anybody, but I should not wait, I should release, otherwise somebody will come. So what to do? Release first time product, get the royalty, go for patent, do all such thing, then again go and sit and do refinement, again do modification. So it is like developing when you take very big companies, like when you say a two-wheeler company, let us take TVS. So they launched the two-wheeler in so many 100 years back, and now also they are launching with the new name. So what will be the difference? The difference is they will go on modifying, but see, at initial stage, what is a two-wheeler basic requirement? Two wheel, one engine, one handlebar, one seat. That's all. Then next time what I am doing, what can I do in seat to make more comfort? What can I do in handlebar to become more stable? What to do with the wheels? Whether the wheel should be closer to engine or farther to engine. If it is farther to engine, how will be the balance? All such things. So that is the difference between the spiral and other model. So this is a well defined model, it will be very useful. So that is what with respect to spiral. This process is focused especially on embedded software, to understand the nature of the software to build and what are the requirement for the software, and the requirement for both the system and the software document and viewed by the customer. Analysis. So in this there are 4 subdivision in spiral model. First one is analysis. Analysis is performed to develop a detailed functional model under consideration. The product is defined in detail with respect to its input, processing and output. This phase emphasis on determine what function must be performed by the product and how they perform these function. Then in design, product design deals with entire design of the product, taking the requirement into consideration. The design phase translate the requirement in the representation. So this analysis, this requirement analysis and design, what I have written here, you can write it for all. So this is common, this is not with respect to spiral. Just I am explaining about what is that analysis stage, what is the design. Implement. In this process, launching of first fully functional model of the product in the market is done, and handing over the model to the end user and client. In this, product modification are implemented and product is made operational in the production environment. So you will make it, give it to the customer, then you sit on thinking, again you will release, again you sit and think, and when it goes like that, thinking will increase. But what happens is you are launched the product, so that is the advantage. So this is, with this we will stop with today's session of various modeling.